Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Um, I guess it's just me. I'm thinking Sheila will be on here shortly. And let me just remove this. Thank you. So, Mike, I see you. Turn that off. Excuse me. I have too many things running. I apologize. So let me mute that. And I am back. Hi, Mike. And Nancy was in here earlier. Yo, Patty. So I'm reading your comment where it says that you made 3 neck pillows today and they are triangle shapes. What is the name of the pattern? I would be interested in there. Hey, Kathy. How are you? How are you doing? Thank you for joining. I also have a poll. I know we discussed it yesterday. Hey, June, how are you? I left the link if anybody wants to join. But so there is a poll going if anybody would like to do a ugly fat quarter challenge. We were just talking about it on Sunday, and we can discuss that a little later. And then we have Mike. Kathy, I caught a little bit of your live. It's been really, really busy at work. So you were just playing on the background, but I was able to catch it. But I'm glad you're all here. I was able to baste 2 quilts. I am getting this one ready. I don't know if you can see it. This was from our sampler so long. It is getting ready to go on my sewing machine to be quilted. And so I was working on that, and I've just been a little bit out of oh, thank you. It is all from the sampler so long, and it is art gallery fabric. So it came out really pretty. It is going to be a charity quilt because most of the quilts that I make are for charity. And it is going to go to Janice from the White Way. And, I really don't know what to say. Yes, I love art gallery fabric. I love the way it feels. I think art gallery fabric is really good on children's quilts because it has a nice smooth texture. Even after you washed it a couple times, it has a nice silky feel to it. And hold on 1 second for me. And so what is everybody up to? What's everybody working on? Hey, Joe, thank you for stopping by. Yeah. Mike, you really need to come up. I know at this time of day you don't have Phyllis Diller hair going on. So I have that, and I have that pink polka dot. Oh, hold on a second. And so Mike, my pink and purple polka dots came in. And I'm looking forward to making a big, beautiful quilt with this. Yeah, Mike needs to go up front of the class. And Joe, you could come up too. I keep saying that you could come up anytime you want to. But I am going to be working on that. And then I really think I'm not going to work on any big quilts for the rest of the summer. Yesterday, I spent the time in my yard, and summer demands more outdoor things and all the stuff and all the wonderful things. And then In September, I am going to be working on the Cup of Love in Farm Prints. So I really don't know what to say. I'm not usually on here by myself. I normally have somebody to help me and I did not plan. Well, your neighbor is having triplets and you made 3 baby quilts. Did you post that, Joe? Because I really wasn't watching anybody this weekend. I'm having to make up for everybody I miss. Yeah, yo Patty, it's really hard to work on bigger projects during the summer. So I'm going to be working on some of the smaller projects, probably making a lot of pillows to take over to the nursing home, those fidget pillows. The grandkids came over Saturday and the eldest claimed the one I made, and now I have to make more because all the kids want one and my daughter wants one. And then I'm going to take some over to the nursing home and then probably make a few more to take over to the autism center that is down the road from me. So I'm working on that. You posted your first one, bee quilt. Now the under the sea quilt. Oh, under the sea quilt. Need ideas for a third. I don't know. I don't know how you all feel, but for baby quilts, I like to keep it as simple as possible. I don't like all the piecing for it. So I like to make big old blocks because I don't want all those knots under their poor little feet and the hands. But I do like the texture for them. I like them to feel that quilt that once you wash it, I like that texture that you get. And I have been watching videos to fix my treadle. So if anybody wants to come to my house and work on my treadle, because my husband said no, he said he did my first two. Debbie, come up, come up, come up. You can come up early. Here's my link. Just click it. Because Mike is not participating. And I really did not plan very well for this live. I have not purchased anything. I have not purchased anything. Oh, hey, Debbie. You're just kind of saving me because I don't know what to talk about.
Okay, why do I hear you double? Is it because I have hold on. Let me
You got YouTube open?
yeah, now. Hi. I wasn't
Yes.
expecting this. I'm
Oh,
only
that's okay. I'm not used to being by myself. I don't do well by myself. I have to have others in the playpen with me.
I got you, boo. I got I
So
got
what you
you.
do?
You want to see what I've been doing? Let me show
Hey Donnell, you can come up too. I don't
you.
care.
Come on, Donnell.
And then maybe Mike won't feel so shy and he'll come up and Joe will come up and we'll just have a party.
Come on. Let's have a party.
So what
Let's
you been working
I'm working on the baby quilts. I've got them all. Everything's already sandwiched.
on?
I,
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost done. I should have them, God willing. If everything works out, I'll have 20 ready by the end of this week.
Donnell's eating ice cream.
I
So,
hate
so Mike, I guess Mike didn't send you any. You have to go out and get your own.
I hate her. But I'm gonna go get some coffee. That's what I need. I need caffeine. I need caffeine. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. I got a lot done, which is what I
Did you?
wanted. Oh yeah. Because I have there was 10 made. I've already got 10 completely finished. They're
Mm-hmm.
done. Then I had others in stages. So now they're all in the almost final stage. They're all sandwiched.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is sandwiched. There are some in binding stage, some in quilting stage, and some in just now, to finish it off and then get them out because I get them out quick after they're already sandwiched and I can quilt them. As soon as I quilt them, I bind them and it's done. Because I've got projects coming, girl. There will be changes to in quilt fact.
There will be changes.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not,
get ready
I
because
Well, I have these 3 quilts that I'm going to finish, and I was just telling everybody I'm not working on any more big projects this summer.
oh
It's
I got. Mm. Mhm.
it's yeah, it's too much with working all day, and then I'm tired and hot. Joe
See,
said they're coming. Joe said they're coming, girl. Get ready.
everybody's hot. Look at I'm in a sweater. Okay,
Oh no! Oh
my daughter is
no!
sweating in the house. I have a sweater on.
No,
This is
I'm moving.
ridiculous, but it is what it is. But I love it anyway. I don't care. See, I'm not an outdoor person, so summer for me is stay away from bugs. So I stay inside. I can't go outside because of the allergies. So I'm a sew. I got
Well,
stuff coming.
I am going to be sewing just no sweaters. I'm just going to be
I can't
sewing.
see the chat. Is there any way I can see the chat?
Yeah, on your right hand side, it should say up at the top. It should say
Oh,
comment.
there it is.
Yeah, and then you
There's Mikey.
huh?
Mikey's there.
Yeah, Mike's there. He just doesn't want to come up.
For shame, Miguelito. For shame.
He just talks a big talk. He just talks the big talk.
Do you really want me to start this?
Oh,
Miguelito, Miguelito, muévete para acá, papito. He understands me. He understands Spanish. Miguelito, man, ven, avanza. Dale, vente. You gotta get Joe. Hi, Joe. Joe's there. Hi, Joe. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
sweaters. I'm cold.
I don't think he's shy at all.
I know
don't
it
think.
is. It's family time. It's hubby time and mama time. You cannot come on. I'm on live. Who turned it on?
Hey, Melina.
I'll turn it off in a minute. Don't touch it. She touched the fan. See, she's learning how to be independent. So she learned how to use her control for her TV. And she turned on the fan. Now she can't turn it off.
Oh.
So smart. She's so special. Hey, Melina Montoya. Hello, 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 hello.
You know, you got to teach them to be independent at an early age.
Lower that, Liam. I'm not alive. Maybe I'll lower it. Liam is going to be 7. He is now doing chores. He has to throw out the trash. He has to deal with the dogs. So he's doing his chores. They both clean their rooms. Every day they have to clean their rooms. And pretty soon this summer, they're going to learn how to, after dinner and after any meal, they're going to learn how to clean the table and take everything to the kitchen and everything else. Yeah, they're getting there. They will. I taught their parents. My daughter and my son learned everything at a very young age.
Hey, Gladys, how are you? Hi, So Terry. How are you? Thank you for coming in.
This is us. Yay! This was all, just I remembered that the show was on and she invited me and I'm here.
So Debbie is like my older sister. I can't be like Donnell and call her my mama. I mean, we're too close in age.
I can't believe that. You don't look it. You don't. I want to be like you when I grow up.
How old are you now, Debbie?
I'm 66.
Well, we're really not that far apart because
okay, this is don't say it. Are you, I thought you were like 50, 51.
I just turned 59.
Okay. I'm going to be very violent. Can I smack you now? You look so young. You look very young. I'm not joking. You look very young.
No, I don't think I look young, but thank you. It's that Asian blood, you
I'm
know.
gonna tell you something. No, if I tell
Thank
you something, because
you.
this is what I believe. Truthfully, I thought you were younger. I
Oh
really
no, no. I'm
was.
I'm I'm closer to your age. I'm closer to your age. We're
What
not that far
my
apart.
daughter do? What's up? I don't have it, babe. Can you do me a big favor? I love you to death. Just get me water in this so I can make my coffee. Who's there? Who's there?
Sheila, Sheila.
Hello.
Sheila. Did you see the quilt she finished today? It's gorgeous. Sheila, you should not be wearing that shirt. We have two people that we're trying to wean off.
Oh,
There ain't no there.
Al and Mikey. We're trying to wean them off of So Yeah.
There is no weenie. There is no weenie from so yeah.
they had a flash sale today, but I didn't even bother to look.
I've never bought anything from them ever.
Oh my gosh.
Never. No, really. The only places I purchased, that kind is Backwater Shop and Missouri Star
Uh-huh.
and
Well,
So
Green
so yeah,
Fairy.
has
That's
a
it.
flat rate of $5 shipping.
I've never
now
bought.
Terry doesn't buy from them, but okay, so you have to purchase the from so yeah at least once, and you have to purchase when they have their limited bundles when they only have one or two of each, and
Oh my gosh.
see how much anxiety you get.
I never get stuff on there because far as I live in Oklahoma and then they're in
Hey
Nevada,
Karen.
it doesn't get there that quick, you know.
Yeah, but you need to I guess my nightbot is working, but you need to
Terry said she's purchased many.
Hunger Games.
so Leanna from the Pastry Queen was on there, and she said every time she gets into goes to Soya, it gets her in trouble because she doesn't realize how much she spends.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you're like, I like this, I like that, gonna buy that, and then the invoice comes the next morning, and you're like, can
Yeah.
I give it
You're
back?
like, oh my gosh.
like what happened to Mikey that he had to cancel because he went crazy.
But you can send them a text and say what you want to cancel, and they will always do that.
So Terry said she thinks she paid for Ramey's wedding, and I have yes, and Mike has stolen polka dots, but you weren't the worst. It was Mona. Mona was on there buying 5 yards of every color, I think.
Yeah, I think she said she bought 15 yards.
But did you see the one I got? It's 5 yard. It was 5 yards each of the purple,
Oh, that's pretty.
Cute.
and it's $7 a yard.
Yeah, I mean, like where else can you can't go to a quilt shop and get it for that.
I
Yeah.
don't go to quilt shops. That's the whole thing. I'll
Yeah.
buy stuff like I haven't gone to my thrift store because that's where I got my last big haul of quilt shop quality fabric brand, and I got it. I can't say it was. I got
Yeah.
cards for $14.
Yeah.
Well, I saw your haul from
Yeah.
them, and it was really good.
Yeah.
But see, I don't have opportunities like that. I mean, so I depend on Soya because I'll buy the higher end priced fabric if it's something that I'm making for me or for a family member.
Mm.
But if it's for charity quilts, in order for me to make a lot of charity quilts, I buy the lower, or the scale fabric.
Yeah.
Not,
Oh,
So-
I got your package today, Lisa. Thank you.
there
Oh,
you go.
did you get it already? I just put it in the mail on Saturday.
Yeah, I got it today.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
I buy wherever. If I see something I like, that's where I'll get it. I mean, I made Mimi's quilt, the quilt that she adores. She sleeps with it. I've had to wash it several times, and I got all the fabric at Dollar Tree. Literally, Dollar Tree.
Hey,
The only
Katie.
thing I've seen at Dollar Tree, they might have no more than say 15 fat quarters,
Yeah, that's how we are over
and
here.
they're each individually wrapped, and
I,
none of them are the same. They're all different.
I've been able to make 3 quilts from Dollar Tree fabric, and all
Hmm.
3 of them are being used. All 3 of them have been washed and loved. They're in perfect condition. And it's just you have to know how to buy it because they are what they call seconds when they're at
Hmm.
the bill. They are
Hmm.
quality fabrics, but they're seconds. Maybe the print is a little off or the color didn't come out the way it wanted. So they sell it to these places. And it's like
Yeah,
her quilt, she adores her quilt. She absolutely adores it. She lives in it. It's on her bed right now. And
Hmm.
it's in perfect condition. And I mean, it's been loved. She's had it for two
Well,
years now.
so Terry buys from Marshall Dry Goods,
So
and
do I.
they
Love them.
have good prices. I haven't purchased anything from them though because I always forget. And the one thing that so yeah offers me, and I'm kind of a sucker, is that it's right there at my fingertips on a
Yeah.
Saturday night when I'm sitting in the living room with my husband, and I just turn it on and it's like, ooh, get that, get
yeah, and I like syncing
Ramona.
it from my iPad to the TV so I
Hmm.
can really see the colors and the fabric really good.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, I'm already familiar with it, or
Yeah.
it's been around for a while. Say on their D-Stash Saturday
Hmm.
night, so I kind of know
I
what
like
it is.
Marshall Dry Good because right now they're bringing a lot of Riley Blake, a lot of Riley Blake. And what I like from Marshalls is like I get my batting there sometimes, and usually I get my solids because I use white a lot. So the last I got a bolt, and I buy it from them by the bolt, which is the best way to buy from Marshalls Dry Good. And I
Yeah, I know a lot of people that buy bolts of batting from Marshall.
yeah, it's
Well, I
good.
have one friend. She lives near Fort Smith, Arkansas, and on her Joanne's website,
Oh yeah.
because her zip code, it's not shippable to her for their bolt of fabric, but I can get on it and they can ship it to me.
Yep.
It's
Oh.
weird.
It is. It's freaky. But I don't know. I can't afford sometimes um the more expensive items. I mean sometimes $7 a yard for me hurts. So like I'll go to Hobby Lobby. I'm sorry I'm moving around. I'm just trying to get my
Hey
coffee.
Joyce, how are you?
Hey Joycey. I go to Hobby Lobby when they have their 40% off.
Hmm.
And I get my batiks because I use batiks sometimes as blenders. I'll get
Hmm.
batiks or I'll get special fabrics, and I'm good. I mean, I sew for the family. I don't sew for anybody else. Um, I just make stuff for me, for the kids, for my grandkids, for my immediate
Hmm.
family, and my DIYs. And I used to sell them. I don't sell anymore. I used to. I sold a
Hmm.
lot last year, bowl
Hmm.
cozies and kitchen sets and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
good fabric pillows. I made beautiful pillows. You see it all on my outros and my intros. You see all the stuff I've made, and it's and it's really good condition, so people are happy with it. But I don't plan on selling anymore. I don't even sell.
Yeah,
No.
You know what's really tough is the shipping. Is when you ship things. It's like
yeah.
I like to do giveaways, but it's almost easier to do a gift card
Do you
because
do you use pirate ship?
yeah,
That's what I use.
but it's still, that box I sent to Donna was almost $30.
But see, you didn't use it correctly. Then listen to this is the trick.
It had six it had 6 quilts in it.
My
It
daughter
had
has this
6
trick.
quilts in it.
This is my daughter's trick, and I hope nobody hears me. When you use pirate ship, you can use
Uh-huh.
any box. You have to keep it under. She's in her room, darn it. You have to keep it under a specific measurement, and
Hmm.
then wrap the box in plastic, in the trash can plastic, the really dark one.
Uh-huh.
Wrap it in that plastic, and you're going to see your prices go down like
Because you
you
wrapped it in plastic?
because you keep it under a specific measurement and you cover the box in plastic.
Oh,
It
but I
goes. Oh gosh, she was telling me today how it works. I'll give it to you this way.
I don't understand why wrapping it in plastic would make a difference in the postage because it's from zip code to zip code.
No, it's not. Not when it's pirate ship. The plastic makes it as if you're sending it in a bag, not a box, even though the box is inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, because what I did, I went to Amazon and I bought like 100 of a certain size bag. And when I'm on pirate ship, they say, "Is it this size, this size, this?" And so I clicked what size it is. But I've been shipping pretty cheap.
Yeah, Tata ships to Alaska, to a friend she has in Alaska, and she ships cheap. The only thing is the measurement of the box. I think it has to keep it under 16 inches. Right now, I have to be sending.
Well, my box was bigger than 16 inches because, listen, I stuck the 6 quilts in there and I vacuum sealed the quilts to get it as flat as possible to get in one box.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah. Put them in a bag and, vacuum pack it.
Exactly. But when you put it in the bag, make sure.
Joyce, hold on. Joyce, I hope you're feeling better. I didn't realize you had been in the hospital.
Joycey, oh yeah.
Sorry.
She's been sick.
Yeah, well, sometimes I've got people on my TV and I'm not watching the comments. I'm just listening to everybody talk.
Yeah, she had pneumonia. She had told me, I'm sorry, Joycey, but she's home now.
No, but it cost me almost $30. It cost me almost $30 to ship that box, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
But pirate ship is a free. Well, I have an Apple phone, so on mine there's a free app for pirate ship. But what I do, I take it to the post office and I print my label at home, and then I tape it with that real good kind of wide tape that you get, like say Home Depot or Lowe's, and I tape it on there real good.
You know that with pirate ship, you can ask. It tells you if it's cheaper with the post office, or if it's cheaper with
and
UPS.
It'll tell you.
But with UPS, you can't ship to a PO box. They won't ship it to a PO box.
No, not a PO box. But if there are
Donna has a PO box.
Oh, okay.
When I do Donna's box, there's going to be approximately 30 quilts in there. God willing, if everything works out, I'm going to do a little short and tell everybody how much I paid in postage.
You need to just drive it. You can just drive it up to
I wish I could, but you guys forget I am a caregiver. I take care of 2 crazy kids.
Well, also pirate ship, I have these little bitty El Cheapo scales I got at Amazon, and I just laid the bag on there because they want to know what's the pounds and what's the ounces, and I just key it in, and it tells me what the price is.
Well,
and I print the label.
It cost me more to send it to Donna than I did 10 quilts sending it to Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the box that I sent to Texas was bigger.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, but it was more expensive to send it to Donna to go east instead of west, go northeast instead of west.
Excuse me.
Donna, it's a valid pirate question.
I mean, he's nuts. The guy's crazy. He cannot help it. He just can't help it.
Oh.
He's just crazy as heck.
Oh.
I love him to death. I love that guy to death. He's the one that has brought, like, I don't know, more fun to all of us creators, all the small creators. Mike has just come, and I cannot wait for the challenge between him and Donna.
I know, that's going to be so hilarious.
Epic. That's going to be awesome.
Looking forward to it.
I said I am going to be here. I'm going to close the door to my room. I don't want to see anybody. I am going to be in here. I'm going to have my headphones on because I don't want to hear anything. I am going to sit and enjoy it from beginning to end. It's going to be fun. And Donna said she was looking for somebody to get her a boxing glove. I almost had it in my hands. I am still looking for it. If I can find that boxing glove, get ready, Mikey. But I don't know who to choose because I love them both so much. What do you do when you love the both people? I can't
So
decide.
so I'm gonna be partial and I'm gonna be biased because I'm gonna root for Mike.
Oh,
Oh, I'm going for Donna because she's kind of at a disadvantage right now.
no,
Well,
but
so is Mike. So is Mike. Mike is
Well, no, he said one day that he's done those before.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
He said he's rooting for Donna too. um.
Uh,
Oh, let me see. Let me check my email. Yo, Patty. Oh, those look cute. Yo, Patty was talking earlier that she had made some neck pillows, and she sent me the link for the
mm-hmm.
pillows. Those
That
look
pattern
good.
I sent you is really easy.
So I'm gonna make the neck pillows and the triangelos or whatever they were called.
Yeah, that's what you call them.
Yeah, I'm gonna make those, and I'm gonna make. See, I have projects for the summer that's just gonna be quick and fast. And
Yeah.
look, he's rooting for Donna already, but Mike, somebody has to be on your corner. Somebody has to support Cray Cray. So
Yeah.
So Terry said that and I believe you so, Terry, because you probably know all that stuff since you work on
Yeah,
those.
but I don't think they should soak it in any chemical before they start, you know.
You want to see it raw. You want to see it raw
Exactly.
challenge.
I love peeling those papers off rulers. For me, that's
See,
fun.
Donnell said that she would be in Mike's corner too. So you got at least two
Now,
people. Like,
Donnell. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm like here.
I'm wondering when they're going to do it.
Well, they're working out, you know,
The time and all that.
yeah, they're coordinating because you remember it's on Fallon's channel and Matt has to have the time. They have to do a whole bunch
Yeah.
of
Set it up.
Sheila is all in for the blood, sweat, and many tears.
yeah, I want to see the tears. I want to see the crying.
I want to see what's going to happen with whoever wins. That's what I want to see.
Poor Fallon can't
I hope when they do it,
give away a
we
sewing
will be
machine.
able to type in the chat, you know, and root for who we want.
I can't choose. I just can't because I love them both dearly. It's like
You're gonna have to pick. You're gonna have to pick a side.
No, I'm going to be.
You have
I'm going to be Switzerland. I'm going to be neutral.
you have to pick a side.
Yeah, you got to pick one or the other.
Oh Lord. Oh Jesus. Okay.
Yep.
I choose me.
Because there's only going to be one winner.
That's true. Oh, it's gonna be so. I'm telling you, I'm so freaking looking forward to that.
Hi, Irene.
I cannot wait. Hi, Irene.
Hello, Irene.
I'm just gonna have to make sure I don't miss it.
No,
I
hey,
know.
it's gonna be all over.
Oh,
everybody's YouTube.
And I want costumes to be worn. Thanks, Mike. So I want costumes to be worn.
I think Mike says he's gonna be tarred and feathered before.
Okay, so you need to wear mascots. You need to wear with the big old fur thumbs and everything.
You know what they need to have on? The luchador masks. You know the masks that Mexican wrestlers wear? Oh, that would be fun. That would be hilarious.
There are costumes.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, there's gonna be costumes.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be epic. It is going to be the live of the year.
And you guys are gonna have to plan you're gonna have to plan live.
Oh
My
my gosh, this is going to be hilarious,
luchadores.
isn't it?
El Santo. Oh my God. When I was a kid, I never liked wrestling. Those wrestling things, never liked them. But God, you grow up, whatever in Connecticut, where that was Puerto Rico. So there was this Puerto Rican theater, and they would bring those luchadores, the wrestlers from Mexico and Puerto Rico to there. And there was one that was El Santo. And they even made movies out of that wrestler. That's what Mike's going to be, El Santo.
Look, and I do have Mike. Just go ahead and tell us all the secrets because you know you want to. We all want to
Spill the
know.
tea.
No, we all want to know.
We need that. We need data. We need data. We need. Nope. See how he said nope.
Look, you can't. That's like Ian putting out those hints for the longest time, and it's like we all knew you were going to go by Becca. We all knew.
He is. That's where he went, right?
He said he. I don't know how far he's going to be from Becca, but he said that he was going up to Virginia, D.C. area, which is where Becca lives.
I knew.
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't be that far from Sobecca.
I said I was one of the first. I mean in the giveaway because the first one I said you're moving near Becca. I was one of the first ones to say it. You're moving near Becca. That's what I said. I didn't say Kate. I just said near Becca because I knew it. They're very close.
Look, and then the first time he goes there, when he actually moves there, there's going to be like tornadoes in Virginia from what he's read.
Then he'll say, I can't get away from them.
They're following
even though I moved out of Tornado Alley.
Oh, Mona, don't worry.
Mona. Mona's here. Hi, Mona.
Sheila and Debbie saved me because I was floundering. I had nothing planned. Don't even joke. You know,
you're doing fine. These Monday shows were needed. You're doing fine.
I'm not worried about it. As long as I've got one person that I can talk to, I'm fine. But I am going to plan better.
Good. I like spontaneous. Spontaneous is more fun.
I just like talking to people at the end of the day after a long work day.
Yeah, because you work your tushy off. You do.
So let me tell you about this man, about this person this morning who was like trying to get himself fired by playing pranks.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
By playing pranks on a colleague.
That happened in your job?
No.
Who was that?
Mentioning no names, Mike.
We mentioned no one. You know, I'm HR. I'm ex-HR. I know how that would have been addressed at American Eagle and American Airlines. I know how that would have been addressed. Yeah.
Yeah, where I work too, man, that would be. Whew.
Oh yeah, she never came back.
But you know what? If I'm gonna put my link back in there in case somebody wants to come up, but
she never came back.
You know what? He has. I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing in his situation. It's like, oh no. I mean, oh no.
Unfortunately, a lot of times throughout my career, I've seen this happen so many times. These are people that know how to manipulate the system and become endeared, even though they're ignorant, even though they're stupid, even though they don't know what they're doing. And then eventually, when it comes out, it's too late. It's too late. So, yeah. Been there, done that, don't want to go back. I look at everything that goes on now and I thank God I'm 66 years old. I don't have to work anymore. I'm happy.
There's things that we used to do where I worked that now you would be fired over.
Yeah.
Like we would have a meeting. You have the day people working, and at 3:00 you got the evening people coming in. So we'd all bring these chairs out in the hallway, and we'd all have a meeting of the day and the evening people, and tell them, what's what needs to be done, what's the leftover from the day to the evening, all that stuff. And some people would fill up a 66 catheter tip syringe. And 2 people would end up having water fights during that meeting.
Oh, God.
I mean, it got bad. They had to put towels down to wipe it all up when they were done. And then one time they took a IV tubing and ran it up through the ceiling. So if you sat in this certain chair,
Oh, my God, no.
and they would just do a little drip, and then you'd look up and you wouldn't see anything, and then you'd get it off of you.
Oh, my
And then
God.
the meeting, 5 minutes later, it drip again, and you
Oh,
never
my
knew where it was. We would super glue a dime or penny on the floor, and
Oh, that's just me.
it was right where the women would open these cabinets to put their purses under there.
Oh, Lord.
I can't tell you how many people tried to pick up that dime
Oh, God.
that was super glued to the floor.
Oh, no.
I mean, just stuff like that went on, but
I don't know how I was in fire. I fell asleep during a staff meeting. In the C-suite. I'm there with the president, the vice president, CEO, CFO. I'm sitting there and I went, started snoring right there in the meeting. Yep.
oh my gosh.
I did that. And that was many years ago. I wasn't old. I did that many, many years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
another thing we did, our director was gone for the day. Well, we decided to bring bagels, which is fine and good, and the cream cheese. Well, some people wanted them toasted. So we had this little table there, and we set it up, and we put the toaster there, and we toasted the bagels.
Yeah.
Nobody thought to look up in the ceiling right above, because that's where a sprinkler system was. They didn't come on, but it did alert the fire department, and they're pulling up in front of Children's Hospital, and they have to come in, to check it out because the alarm went off.
Oh my God.
She ended up having to pay a $200 bill.
Yeah.
For that. So she says, no more bagels. But she kind of laughed about it too, but she was serious when we said no more bagels at work.
See, his husband used to run the HR at his company. There you go. Used to.
Well, I used to work at a hospital in the billing department, and it was huge. It was huge, and whenever there was a new people, we got stuck all the way in the back. The new people got stuck in the back until a desk area or cubicle opened up somewhere in the front, and it's because that's where the bathrooms were, and we'd go all day and smell poopy flowers. It's poopy flower. So it was like when somebody said that they were leaving or they were getting transferred to a different department in the hospital, we all kept our ears open because we were like, ooh, tag, we'll get your desk. Tag,
it's my turn. It's my turn. Oh my God. Oh my Lord Jesus.
My boss used to tell me, I'm going to the Oval Office.
Bye, Donnell. Enjoy the movie.
Which
Thanks
meant
for
the bathroom.
For the ice cream. Oh my goodness. I'm just glad I'm close to retirement. And I'm glad I
love retirement. I love my retirement.
Me too.
Isn't it just great?
And some people are retiring and they're immediately going back and working PRN like part-time. And I'm like, why? Why?
No, there's a big need.
But you know what? If I have to go work part-time, I'm going to go to the store and push grocery carts or something again. I'm not going back.
I wish I could. Here in where I live, every single business is hiring.
Mm-hmm. Here too, every one of them.
Yeah, I've had offers to go back to work as an HR. I've gotten several offers. No, I don't want the stress. I don't.
No, and I don't want to have to fight the traffic to and from work.
That never bothered me.
And then when it's snowy or icy and you have to go to work, I'm like, no.
No.
And they asked me the day before I retired, now, are you going to come back, PRN? And I'm like, no.
No.
And they're like, you're not? I'm like, no.
It's
But you know,
retirement.
but
I'm going to go.
I work from home and I work longer hours at home because when I was in the office, I worked like, 45, 50 hours. Over here, if
Mhm.
I work a 50-hour week, that's a good week as far as hours wise, because most of the time I work more hours. Hey, Laura. But most of the times I work, 50, 55 hours because you can't leave your, well, and it's my position, but I can't leave my desk when that phone rings and
Yeah.
there's a director on the phone or something. I have to be available to answer the questions, and they always call when when you're trying to take a lunch or trying to
Oh, yeah.
take a break.
It's always at their convenience, not yours. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if they call at 7:30 at night, I take the call.
I
So,
know. Not
Well,
happening.
one of my friends, she retired 6 months after I did.
mm-hmm,
Well, she worked in the outpatient radiology.
mm-hmm.
I
And so
didn't
they
Hey,
asked her to work
Nancy,
part
glad
time.
you're back.
And I says, you better be careful. They will work you like a dog. And before she knew it, they just wanted her to work 2 or 3 days a week. And she's like, no, I work 4 days in a month and that's it.
no more, no
See,
less.
Laura's saying that her husband works from home and he works 60 hours. It is harder to leave because you may
Mm.
work 50 hours when you're at the office, but when you pull out of that parking lot,
You're done.
and you have the option of not answering your phone,
Exactly.
and you go live your life and then you go back to work the next day.
Mm.
You don't leave the work.
I just thought it would be like, say, 8 hours a day is what.
Well, now the people that work for me, they work 8-hour days. And
Oh.
they may do like Mike's coworker, who knows? But
There's Laura said she worked HR, she won't go back. Let me tell you something. With everything that's happened this past 10 years, just the past 10, yeah, no, I'm not going back to HR. No way. There's too much since COVID. It has been anyone that's in HR since COVID has gone through hell.
yeah,
HR managers, I keep in touch with all my ex colleagues.
mhm.
I'm still on LinkedIn. I still maintain myself active, but no, there's too much going on. I worked in airlines. I worked with unions, and the COVID was
Mhm.
worse than working with a union. I worked with the TWU, Transport Workers Union, which is for the airline, and
Mhm.
we would duke it out, and it was nothing compared to what I went through. I left 4 months before COVID hit.
Yeah, yeah. I retired in 2017, which was a good time. That
Yeah.
was like, we talk of like before COVID,
Mm. Can you
Well,
imagine had you still been working, Sheila, under
Oh,
COVID?
oh my God. They were begging me because they know that I sewed, and I probably took them 100 masks, but I just had to drive up and, drop
And
them
leave
off
'em
with
here.
somebody.
Yeah,
They'd come out and get them because they said it's just horrible.
it
They
was
said
bad.
they weren't getting enough masks and they were having to hang them up, clothespin them up at night somewhere
Oh,
to
God.
let them air dry to use the next day
My
because they were
nephew's wife
running so short.
my nephew's wife is a nurse, and she became a traveling nurse. She had to go off because there are shortages of nurses all over the U.S. She
Mm-hmm.
literally went
Yeah.
to Texas, and I don't know where else she went from Georgia. Worked over there for months without rest, without sleep. My nephew
mhm.
would go and visit her and wouldn't be able to see her, but she'd be working 24-hour shifts.
Mm,
Ridiculous. She was exhausted all the time. It was
yeah.
bad. Nurses, every person that was in that, you know, first responders went through hell, and we still don't appreciate them for everything they did. They were the true heroes of COVID. Truthfully, they were the heroes of COVID. Cops, firemen, nurses, doctors, even the janitors that had to work the hospitals. They got it bad. My job before I left, I worked at a company that did the laundry for hospitals. We did the
Mhm.
surgical gowns. As soon as I left and COVID hit, every single person in that plant got COVID. Every single person.
I was considered essential, so I had to be in the office because
That's what my son was so upset about, because he worked for the state, but they had all these like checks coming in where people would pay their income tax. He worked for the income tax department, and they had to be there. And he said all these people are at home drawing checks, and because they were non-essential and didn't have to go. And they were so bad, they would only let 3 at a time on the elevator.
Oh
of course, it was like 10 or 12 story building, and they had several floors, their offices, but only 3 at a time could get on the elevator. And they were policing the elevator to make sure that no more than 4 got on, they made somebody get off.
It was bad. It was bad, but I thank God we survived it. We're here.
But I really think that part of his heart damage was due to having COVID 3 times within a 2-year period.
God, my sister gets it every year. She's a teacher. She has gotten COVID at least twice every year since COVID hit.
Yeah.
But she's already created that defense now. So when she gets it, she doesn't get it bad. But her husband was in the hospital with ventilators and everything. I mean, it was a bad time. Look what Laura said. Laura says
I'm reading the comments, and so many people made masks. They made masks and donated what they could. And I know those first couple months they were hurting so much.
And I remember going to Joann's, and they would only let so many in the store at a time, and you'd have to sit out in your car.
You couldn't find the elastic.
Yeah.
You couldn't find elastic. You couldn't find fabric. Sewing machines sold out. I mean, it was, but I made so many masks. I would, work all day and then come home and made masks, because we also had, because I work for mental health, we also had an area that had IDD people with disabilities. We had a unit in group homes and everything, and we needed masks for them and they needed to change it all the time. Yeah. So we were making masks for the residents, so that there's clean masks and everything else.
Yeah. Then I made them. Then my son asked me to make them for their coworkers, because they were getting real short disposable ones, and they couldn't get any more. And then they had these soap dispensers all around, and what they had, when it was used up, they couldn't get any more.
Yeah. Look what Terry said. Elastic.
It's not even usable elastic for anything. You know what I'm saying? It was ugly elastic. I had to use the black elastic because you couldn't find any of the white.
Yeah, someone brought me some black.
Did you have to go?
They did order that. They couldn't get the white. And I'm like, I'll take it. Doesn't matter.
Did you ever get to go to Dollar Tree and get the elastics over there from the hair? I made masks with the elastics.
Yes. Yeah, I did that too.
Because there was no elastic to be found. It was ridiculous.
And then everybody caught on with that, and all the hair bands were sold out.
I couldn't find any in the one down here. I couldn't find it was bad. But look what Terry says. For the patients as well in the nursing home, they were only giving them to the workers, not the patients. That sucks. When my brother-in-law was in the hospital, my sister and my nephew took him to the emergency room. They didn't let him go in. It was at the beginning. It was when it was really bad, and he doesn't speak English. So he was in the hospital by himself with diabetes, because his was complicated because he has diabetes. So his complications, they weren't there to translate for him. There were no Spanish speakers in the hospital, so it was a lot of fun for the family. I mean, we were all worried sick.
Well, hospitals are required to have a translator.
Well, I wanted to volunteer. When I retired, one of my plans, before getting into quilting like I did, one of my plans was to work as a volunteer translating in Eastridge, where I lived in Chattanooga, up in Eastridge, Tennessee. And I wanted to work, but I had to take a test. If I wanted to volunteer as a translator, I had to take a test and become certified for
Yes.
translating medical terms. And
They
I had
had that at our hospital too. No one, even though someone else would speak Spanish in our department, they couldn't translate for them. We had this, I forget
Well,
what it's called, but it was a
well,
machine and it had over 200 languages on it. And then
no,
we
one of
would
the
like
one of the
Skype and
things we
connect with somebody to explain to them.
yeah,
well, one of the reasons is because of lawsuits.
yeah,
Is that if you
Yeah.
translate dosage wrong, or you didn't understand, because so many of the terms sound alike, that if you said something wrong and they took the medication wrong or did something wrong, the hospital, you weren't in trouble. The
yeah.
hospital
The
would
hospital was. Yeah.
get sued. So,
I did that with my guys when when I was training. Any type
but
of OSHA training had to be for when I had Hispanics in the companies I worked at. I fought for that, for them to get their training in Spanish, to make sure that when they got their certification for safety, it was because they understood all the safety regulations. And it makes sense. It's just sometimes it's so difficult to
Yeah.
find someone that can truly translate, because people think that just because you're bilingual you can translate. No, not the way it works.
Yeah.
Just because you're bilingual, you don't necessarily know how to translate. It's not easy. It's very hard.
So I want to know, what did y'all do with your leftover masks?
I
Did you
don't
have?
I think I have
I
two.
didn't have any left. I have kept one for me,
Mhm.
and Jaden's got a little Minnie Mouse one here that it probably doesn't fit her anymore.
Mhm.
And
Well,
I've got like a disposable one in the car, but that's it.
I use mine all the time. I have disposable ones because of my allergies. I have to have them. So I have two boxes in there, but I have my Puerto Rican flag one that I use occasionally too. But like it depends.
I just wondered, because we have some disposable masks that my husband uses when he goes in the yard and the pollen is really heavy.
Yep.
Mhm.
I understand them. Yeah.
But my granddaughter saw it the other day and she goes, "Me, Mom." And I said, "What?" She goes, "Why do you have masks for?" And I said, "For Papa." She goes, "Don't you know COVID's over?" No, man. That's
Say
what
no, not really.
Well, no,
But-
it's gonna always be around now. But
but
the
I
funny
told
thing is, look at it this way. When COVID hit, I never caught cold. For those 2 years that we used mask, I did not catch a cold. I always had a cold. Never caught a cold. My allergies were non-existent. And I mean it, non-existent. I had no allergy. As soon as I took off the masks, Armageddon hit. And it's gotten so bad that sometimes I just
Well,
can't.
during that time, I stayed at home and I ordered groceries online, and I was very, very limited who I'd be around.
well,
And but I only caught it one time, and I swear it was the day that Jason passed away, because I had a horrible headache that night. But I just thought, the circumstance. So the next morning I got up early and like, well, I've got some tests in here. I'll just take it to see. Man, that thing went positive so fast.
There you go.
yeah, my daughter had it like 4 or 5 times, but she works for 911 for safety officers, in that room that they have to stay in. But the only reason why my granddaughter said that is because that's what she associated everything. Hey, Debbie.
Hi, Deb.
Pug mom
But
is in the house.
But that's what she associated the mask with, because that was her age, and everything was, you got to wear a mask, you got to go outside, you can't go outside, you can't go anywhere, you can't do
You gotta
anything.
stay 6 feet away. Don't touch people. Don't shake hands. We still don't hardly shake hands anymore. You don't see people as much as before.
No, and a lot of us have become side huggers. I still don't hug, but a lot of people have become side huggers, and
you gotta understand that I'm Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans hug. It's a part of our culture.
Not this Puerto Rican. I don't hug. I don't hug.
You're really Boricua. You're Boricua, Lisa. Really?
Well, at churches, how
are you Puerto
would
Rican?
past the
Yeah, I
offering
keep
plate.
telling you, I was raised by Puerto Ricans. I'm not lying. I don't have no Puerto Rican blood. My adoptive family is Puerto Rican.
There you go. I did not know
So
that.
my whole family is
Boricua.
Puerto Ricans. They all look like you. I mean,
See? But let me tell you something. Wait a minute. But you're Boricua by adoption, absorption.
yeah,
You've been absorbed
yes,
into the culture. Yes, you're Puerto Rican. Yeah,
yes.
but we hug, we kiss. You know this. Puerto Ricans are huggers and kissers. That's what we do. It's just cultural. It's we do
Except
it.
my mom. My
It's
mom wasn't a
hard.
hugger.
It's hard when you can't
Yeah.
hug a person. It is
In
hard.
I am not a hugger. I'm not a
Ask
hugger.
Mary what happened to Mary. When I met Mary, ask Mary what happened to her. We hugged so hard. And then my granddaughter adores Mary. Every time she sees me, she wants to hug her. She wants to squeeze her. That's all she wants to do is squeeze Mary because she adores Mary. So yeah, we are.
in my church, we had these offering plates, and you just pass it from one person to another.
Yeah.
You know. Well, soon as COVID hit, all that went away.
Oh, that's so sad.
And now they have 2 boxes in the back, and it says offering, and it has a little slit, so you just drop your money in there.
That's sad.
That they never went back to passing them.
That's very sad. See, Mike says he's a hugger. Mike, I need to see you. I need to hug Mike. Mike needs a hug. Mona says she only hugs her kids and her grandkids. I have to hug. I can't help it. That's who I am. I remember when I first started working for the airline, we had an investigation come from the States. And it was because one of the managers, a person complained because the manager always hugged all the employees of the shift. And this lady didn't want to be hugged. But he's Puerto Rican. The lady was not. She was from the States. So she had asked him to stop hugging, and he, it was for him, it was something difficult. But we had to conduct a full investigation into it because she felt offended that he was hugging her. So we had to change her from the shift, change her to another group because the guy, and we had to suspend him. I think we suspended him for 2 weeks because he didn't want to stop. He said
I
that
don't
was
blame you. I wouldn't be hugging any of your co-workers either, Mike.
See, Laura's from a family of huggers. Yes, Laura, we can meet and I can give you a hug.
I'm not a hugger, but I'm not going to be offended if you come and hug me, and I will hug you. I will hug you back if you hug me, but I'm going to kind of push you away real quick. It's like, okay, that's enough.
I'm going to tell you this now. If I ever go down there to visit you, you're going to get hugged. Deal with it and move on. It's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, here on YouTube, if we ever meet in person, you're going to get a hug.
Yeah.
I live in Florida, right?
I don't care. I go to Florida. My brother I've gone down with my sister, driving down. We've gone down twice to visit family because my brother lives down there. My niece, his little daughter, who I adore, and she has family on her husband's side. So we go down once in a blue moon. I wanted to go down this summer. We can't because she's going to Puerto Rico because my other nephew is going to have his wife's going to have a baby. So, but I get down there. So all I'm saying is tuck to the hand. It could happen. It can happen. That's all I'm saying. It can happen. And if it happens, you're going to get hugged. I'm giving you a heads up right now. I hug.
I do.
Jerry says she hugs a tree.
Soon as Rita seen me, she gave me a great big hug, and I just hugged her back.
Isn't it great? Doesn't it feel good? Hugs feel good.
I couldn't hardly get out of the car till she was hugging me.
I live in Georgia. I'm just trying to steer the hugger away from me.
She's not going to steer me away because she doesn't know that I know where she lives because I have her address.
Man, you probably did you Google map me?
No, baby, you gave me your address, remember? You gave me your address because you are a renegade and I have to send you your sticker. So I have your address. I know Georgia. I love maps.
Okay.
I know where everything is in Georgia. Because my son wants to move down there. And then he loves that side of Georgia.
You'll be in the hood with me. You'll
Huh?
be in the hood.
Yeah,
I
my
live in the
son loves it
hood.
over there. Yeah, but then who is it that lives in Douglasville? There's somebody in my group that lives in Douglasville. So, and I'm always down. I go through Atlanta to go to see my son. He lives in Phoenix City in Alabama.
Mhm.
So I go that way. I go west when I go down.
Did you hear about them not having no water at the Atlanta airport
Oh, that happens all the time.
that was usable? I'm like, it was on
That
the
happened a couple
news.
of times in the past couple of years. Atlanta's one of the biggest airports in the world and one of
You know,
the busiest.
Yeah.
Phoenix City is only 2 hours from me.
Yeah, Phoenix. It's 3.5 hours from me. I
Yeah,
go
it's only
visit
two.
him.
It's because I just go straight towards Columbus, through Columbus into Alabama to get to Phoenix City.
Yep, you have to cross the
Yeah.
bridge from Columbus. You cross the bridge, and there's Phoenix City. I mean, Phoenix City
Yep.
and Columbus is like kissing
Yep.
cousins. You're right there.
If you don't read the sign, you don't know you're in Alabama.
If your phone doesn't tell you, you are now
Yeah.
entering Alabama. Welcome. And I go, okay.
Yeah. On my trip, when I left Ohio, I was crossing this big bridge, and it was such a wide piece of water. It was huge. And it said it was the Ohio River.
Nice.
And then it said, you're now in Kentucky. And I'm like, oh, that's the Ohio River.
Ooh,
I think
I've been to Kentucky. I like Kentucky.
I think that's like when I go to Florida, because there's a place that it says you're in Alabama, you're in Georgia, you're in Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, up there in the Panhandle. Yep.
Yeah, and then it's just it's the funniest thing, because there's just a piece where it's considered Georgia, but you're actually driving in what you would think is Alabama. But I guess it's
Yeah.
the way
That happens up here in Turtletown. Turtletown, Georgia. Turtletown, you cross the street and you're in Tennessee. Literally, you cross the street, you're in Tennessee. You're
Yeah.
on this side, you're in Georgia. On that side, you're in Tennessee. And then over here, East Ridge, when I moved, I love history. I love learning about history and geography. When I moved to East Ridge was supposed to belong to Georgia. And because of water lines, because of the division of water, Tennessee took it over. Every couple of years, Georgia tries to take East Ridge and make it become a part of Georgia again. But Tennessee says, "Nuh-uh, not happening," because of the problem that Georgia has with drinkable water. Georgia does not have a lot of tributaries of water. Therefore, it relies on water from Tennessee.
Oh.
Isn't that interesting? I love that kind of stuff.
Must
I
be
go nerdy. I can't help it.
Yeah, it must be the Atlanta, because we don't have too many problems with our water basins here
Yeah.
in
Here,
Southwest
up
Georgia.
here,
Mhm.
Northwest Georgia. Oh yeah. And to Atlanta. Atlanta has a big issue with water. Very big problem with water.
But you guys
hub, Atlanta was created and the planners did not think of, oh, we need water. And it kept growing and growing and growing, and it has no reliable water source.
Yeah.
It relies on water from Tennessee. Joyce, we are going to meet soon. You tell me when. Joyce and I are going to meet up. I'm going over there to Montgomery, Alabama. Can't wait. I love going all over the place.
Alabama's in northern Alabama's nice.
It's like 2 hours from here where she lives.
There's a quote retreat place in South Alabama.
Retreats. I'm terrified of them. I like what we do here. What we do
it's a personal retreat. You just take a group of people that you know and you go and sew. It's not like
here. I mean, it's like I am. It's just that
you hug people with your retreats.
I've had bad experiences up here. There's a lot of snooty people in Northwest Georgia who think they're God's green. They think they are perfection personified, and they don't accept just anybody into their quilt guilds, and that bothers me.
But
God.
It's not a guild. It's just a group of you just grab a group of people that you want to go and sew
It's
with.
probably just a retreat center that they'll
see that I would love to do. I would love to. Oh, if I had the money, I'd bring everybody, all my renegades, and just go to one place and just, we wouldn't sew, Lisa. We'd be goofing off so much. We wouldn't sew. That's the whole problem. This group of ladies are crazy. And Mike, it's like the group of ladies and Mike, we're all nuts. We would meet, we would start eating ice cream and just goofing off and telling stories and looking at fabric and say, oh, look at this, oh, look at that, and look at this pattern, look at, and that's it. We wouldn't do anything else.
Well, I've been to big retreats and I've been to smaller ones, and I prefer the smaller ones.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yes, food fest, and there's always a designated cook whenever you have a planned group retreat. Debbie,
Me.
the cook. She's going to get some Puerto Rican food.
I love to bake. You guys would be full of all kind of goodies, of cookies and cakes and everything. I love to
Mona,
bake.
if we planned a retreat, would you really go? Would you really
Look at
go?
her, she's ice cream. She's in. You want Ramona ice cream? She'll be there. She will be there. There you go. And Mike, me and Mike will make mofongo, right, Mike? And carne frita, fried pork and mofongo. Yes.
No, somebody needs to make me some pasteles.
I make pasteles, Lisa.
Y'all are speaking a foreign language. I have no earthly idea what
you need to make.
Are a type. You take green banana and you grate it, and you put other stuff in it.
Hey, Helen.
And you lay it out. You put meat in it, cooked meat. You wrap it up. It is not a tamal. Don't you dare say tamal because I will get mad. You wrap it up in a banana leaf. You tie it, and you put it in boiling water for about 45 to 50 minutes.
And make sure you got that black olive in there because it's got to have that black olive.
It has to have olives. You take it out. You take the banana leaf off, and you eat it. You can eat it with or without ketchup. I do not eat it with ketchup.
I don't eat it with ketchup. I eat it with tandoori rice.
Yes, and you eat it with green pigeon pea rice, and it is glory personified. It is heaven. It is so good.
But then I like bacalao too. So
I made bacalaitos. Bacalaitos are codfish fritters.
Okay.
Codfish fritters, and they are so good. I made some. They came out nice and crispy. See, there. Mike says, "Boricua food is a gift to the tongue." It's very.
I basically know Southern cooking.
And Southern cooking, there are some Southern things that are similar.
Puerto Rico's to the south, so that is Southern cooking.
Yep, we are Southern. Thank you.
Now, me and Rita can really relate on the cooking part.
But see, I remember the first time I had biscuits with gravy when I went to Texas for my job. I had never had biscuits and gravy, never in my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I got to Texas, and I'm because American Airlines has this whole facility where they train. So I was there for training, and they have this amazing cafeteria, and they had biscuits and gravy. And I said, you know what? I'm not paying for this. I'm going to try it. I went back 3 times because of the sausage gravy.
I love sausage gravy and biscuits.
I make amazing sausage gravy. You would love it.
So Nancy said I'm drooling, and Mona said that she only knows DoorDash.
I have to confess, I have never used DoorDash.
Oh, I have. Look what Mike said, yuca frita. Have you had yuca frita?
I don't think so.
Yuca frita, I had never tried it because in Puerto Rico, it's not a big thing. Here, I had it. I enjoyed it. It's really good. Yuca is a yuca plant. You have yuca plants here in the South. You just don't eat the root. We do.
Well, now.
Alcapurrias are good too. Mike, stop it.
I'm trying to think, and then I eat some Asian food too.
There you go, cassava fries. That's yuca fritas, cassava fries.
Okay, so now I've had cassava fries before, and I like them.
They are good.
And I like grated cassava too.
Oh yeah, and we make it into balls.
And I like cassava pie.
Never tried it. Gotta try it.
Yeah, I like cassava pie.
Is it savory or sweet?
Sweet.
Really? Oh, I gotta try that. Ooh,
It's
cassava.
sweet, but it's a Filipino dish.
Ooh, but I gotta try it.
Yeah, it's
I
a
got
Filipino
to try.
dish.
I have got to try. See, I like to try. I'm a foodie. I am.
Hmm.
I love food.
Mona, it's
You
like Mona, it's like French fries you've never had.
Yeah, they're really light, airy French fries. Very light, a lot lighter than potato.
Oh,
When they
okay.
when you fry it, they're very airy in the middle and they're not light crisp on the outside. My mouth is drooling. I'm not joking. They're so
Oh,
good.
Janice, how are you? So, I mean, truly, you're making me want to plan a retreat at the retreat center just so I can get me some Puerto Rican food because
You plan it. I will do everything I can to be there, and I will cook. I promise you, I will cook. I will cook Puerto
we
Rican
are
food.
our folk. Our focus will be during the middle of the week. Our focus will be one project. The project will be a pot holder, and the rest of the time we can goof off.
No, you got to get more than that done.
Everybody's
we can
hungry
do
now.
we can do a
Everybody's
pot we can
Ooh,
do a pot holder and a bow cozy.
all right. Janice is from the Bahamas. She's from Jamaica. Jamaican food is amazing. They have
Oh
a famous cassava
yes.
cake called Bammies in Jamaica. Do you make Johnny cakes in Jamaica? Is it from the Bahamas or is it from Jamaica? Johnny cakes are like what we call in Puerto Rico. Oh my God, I forget
Now,
it. Fried bread.
now we
Fried
have a version of Johnny cakes, which it's like cornbread
Yeah, but that's
uh,
cornbread. This is
mixture, but they're like smaller.
yeah. In Puerto Rico, dumplings. Dumplings is just bread fried, and then we cut
Yeah.
it open and make a sandwich out of it. They're so good. And I've tasted the Johnny cakes. They're a little bit spicier, a little bit more dense. They're really good. Johnny cakes are really good.
Yes.
Jamaican food, yes. I just don't like the spice. No spice.
Janice said yes to Johnny cakes,
Yep, see?
fried,
Johnny cakes.
fried
Yeah.
dumplings.
Johnny cakes are okay. So
They
Janice,
oh
Rick, and
so Janice, do you know how to make those what is it, the conch dumplings? You know the
relleno de relleno.
it's from the the conch shell, the conch meat,
Yeah.
and they make it into a dumpling because I had it once and it was so good.
Oh, Helen, you're from Dominican Republic. Nice to meet you. Hi, Helen.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna have to find a bigger retreat because I think this place only holds
It's
seven.
Caribbean food. All Caribbean food has a very similar palate because
And
we all eat vegetables.
I
We
will
eat
make I will make the Hawaiian Asian influence. I'll make some huli huli chicken and some
Oh, now
macaroni.
you got me intrigued. What's huli huli chicken?
Wait, it's huli huli chicken is Hawaii spit grilled chicken. That's all it is, and it is so good. It is so.
Ooh.
But I miss my Hawaiian food too because I was raised in.
My uncle retired from the army. He went to live in Hawaii. He didn't want to go back to Puerto Rico. He stayed in Hawaii. He loves
Well,
Hawaii.
there's a big Puerto Rican population in Hawaii. I mean, my grandmother immigrated to Hawaii from Puerto Rico.
There you go. See?
Mhm.
And
There's a lot of
yeah,
Boricuas over there. A lot.
and there's a lot of Portuguese too. So
Yeah. But the thing is, like Puerto Rico and Hawaii are very similar in regards
uh-huh.
to topography, in regards to weather. Very,
Mhm.
very similar. If you've been in the island, if you've been in Puerto Rico, you can go to Hawaii. It's just that simple.
Yeah,
Me,
but
I
there's
don't like it. I'm not going back.
so
No.
we're gonna have to find. We're just gonna go and find a Boy Scout camp or one of those summer camp places. And
And make sure it's got a good kitchen. Make sure it's got a good big kitchen with all the
yeah,
fixings.
quilting not required.
And then
And
no, but
even,
Sheila can make the biscuits and gravy because we need that for breakfast.
Oh, I can do like fried okra, fried
Oh, I
potatoes,
love fried okra. Oh, I
yes.
love
make some
fried
meatloaf,
okra. Yes. Good meatloaf.
some
Yummy
Johnny
meatloaf.
cakes,
Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna. Okay,
some fried squash.
we're gonna plan a retreat now, a middle of the week retreat.
Yes,
We're gonna
let's do it.
just
Let's
for a
do
couple days. We're gonna plan it for next year. We're gonna plan it. Fried okra, some Puerto Rican food, some
Well, see, Puerto
Jamaican
Rican
food, some
take
Jamaican.
okra. We take okra and we stew it called gingambo.
Yeah, no.
You take the gingambo.
I don't do no stewed okra.
It's good though. Gingambo is good. Okay,
Mm.
but have you had bacalao guisado con
Yes, I
berenjena?
like bacalao guisado,
Yeah,
but
with eggplant.
we don't put no okra in it.
You put the eggplant in it. We used to make stewed bacalao with eggplant.
We didn't do the eggplant in mine. My grandmother used to put eggplant in hers, but my
Yeah,
mom didn't. I don't think my mom liked eggplant, so she didn't.
yeah,
She
because
left
not
it out.
everybody likes fried tater cakes. Ooh, that sounds good. Chicken and shrimp gumbo. Yum.
Gumbo.
I don't like the shrimp, but I'll eat the chicken.
Okay,
Yep.
so we're all gonna plan. We're gonna have to find a big retreat center with a big kitchen. We'll have
Ellen says she don't do okra. She'll do any, but no okra.
I
No,
love fresh fried okra. It
it's
is
good.
so good.
It is really good. I like okra. I really do. That
so
I've
it's
always liked.
so we'll have a showdown. It won't be a quilter showdown. It'll be a cooking showdown.
It'll be just food.
It'll be a bake off, a quilted
Yes.
bake off.
Well, all my renegades are getting a coconut candy for Christmas. I'm making coconut candy. It's called dulce coco. You know what it is.
Oh my gosh. Liana sent me some in that little bag, and I ate that coconut candy, and it just brought back some memories.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, because it was so smooth and
I've
not
never
like
heard of it.
my
Oh,
husband.
coconut
My
candy,
husband,
Puerto Rican style coconut candy is so different from anything.
listen, my husband is over here just kind of looking at me because I keep getting louder and louder. We're talking about food. So.
Don't worry, honey. We'll invite you over for food and eat and then the thingamajiggy. No.
He's finicky. That man barely tolerates Asian food. You're gonna have to have a steak and baked potato or steak and potato in your.
I can make them steak, Puerto Rican style steak. We make steak really good in Puerto Rico. And costillitas, oh goodness gracious. See,
So how is your steak different than say in the United States? How would it be different?
Okay, in Puerto Rico, we do not sauce. Okay, when we grill, when we barbecue, we season our meat. We season our meat with pepper, salt, garlic, oregano. We season it. We let it sit in that seasoning, marinate. No juices, just the marinade of that seasoning, and then we slow roast, very slow over hot coals. So when the meat comes off, my God, my mouth is watering. You're tasting meat. You're not tasting barbecue sauce. It's just meat.
Yeah.
Really yummy, deliciously seasoned meat. No heat, because we do not use jalapenos or chiles or nothing.
No, we don't do that either. But cook on the grill, but not for that long.
Exactly, but it's just meat, no sauce. And my son-in-law, I drive him crazy because he thinks everything has to be sauced. I said, look, if the meat, when you're cooking, if you know how to season a meal, regardless of what country it's from, you don't need anything on it, just the original food you're eating. That shows that you know how to take that flavor out, how to season it to such a way that the flavor comes through. That's why pulled pork, I cannot do pulled pork. I cannot. I see.
Oh, I love pulled pork. It is so good.
I can't deal with it.
No,
I can't.
I don't like the barbecued pulled pork most of the time because it's really dry. When you go to a barbecue restaurant, it's really. And I grew up eating Kahlua pig pork under the ground, pit pig.
Yeah.
I
Cuban style. That's Cuban style.
Yeah, and even now when I make my pork roast in the oven, it's wrapped up and stuff, and it's got the seasoning, but it's not marinated. It's not marinated. It's cooked on a slow heat for like 8-9 hours to draw that.
I take my pork, but I don't use pork shoulder. I do not use any other cut of pork.
Yeah, that's
pork shoulder.
Mhm.
What we do in Puerto Rico, we stick holes into that pork shoulder, and we fill it up with um, garlic,
look,
garlic,
look,
ginger, and onion.
look what Kellen said.
If you're from the South, you love barbecue.
My husband my husband likes barbecue.
I can't
But
look what Mike said. Pernil, yes, pernil. A
but
Cuban sandwich made out of fresh roasted pork. You take that
mhm.
pork the next day, you slice it. You do not pull it, you slice it. You put it on Cuban bread with serrano ham, a slice of Swiss cheese, and a large pickle, mustard, and that's it. You press it. Oh my God.
So
That
no mayonnaise.
no mayonnaise. A true Cuban sandwich only has mustard. A true
Only
Cuban
mustard, huh?
only mustard. Then there's the Tampa one, which is a little bit different. But the true Miami Cuban only
Hmm.
has mustard, no lettuce, no tomato, only one pickle, and it has to be a long pickle. It has to be serrano ham, it has to be Swiss cheese, and it has to be fresh pork, not sliced pork from a deli. No, it has to be recently roasted, and
What
that's
kind of cheese?
Swiss
Okay.
Swiss
Night,
cheese.
Mona,
Oh,
have a good time or drive safely to your
good night,
uncle's.
Mona. Have a good
Hi,
night
Mona. Tell
at
Mama say
Uncle's.
hi.
We're making so yeah, I went from not having anything to talk about because I was so unprepared to just talking about food. I mean,
Anytime you have me on your channel, you're gonna talk food. I love
I
talking
Yeah.
like,
about food.
I like to talk about food too. I
I
don't
love
like to cook, so I don't like to cook, so y'all can cook for me.
it. But
Oh,
look
I
what
do.
Helen
I
said,
like to
and
cook,
it
but
has to
I
have
take
pork.
it in spells.
Oh no,
No,
I
I've
see.
never liked to cook. I can cook. I cook well, but I don't like to cook.
Oh, I love
If
it.
and right now, and I think it's because I've worked so long that I was just too tired when I came home
Yeah.
from work
That's
to
what
have
it
to
is.
cook a meal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
And
cooked
now
since I
it's
was a kid.
yeah,
I
I
cooked
don't.
for my mom was a single mom. My mom and dad divorced when we were young. My mom had no one to help her out. I was the oldest, so I had to learn how to cook, and I would cook for the family. When my husband and I got divorced, my oldest son learned how to cook for the family. My oldest son would wait up for me to come from school because I was working during the
In
day
a live stream that I hosted recently, somebody
and he would come. I would come home at 11, 12 o'clock at night from school, and he'd have dinner waiting for me. My baby
See,
boy.
my husband is a good cook, but he does not cook.
Oh, I love
Um, he doesn't
it.
cook because he had to grow. He grew up cooking for his sisters and stuff like that.
My
But
son.
he makes the best cube steak and gravy.
Oh,
He
good.
makes the best cube steak and gravy. Mine turns like leather, and it's,
Because you overcook it. You can't overcook it. You gotta know how. You gotta
yeah.
get right there.
Mine turns my. But I'm a relatively good cook. The things I like to cook, I cook well.
What?
Yeah.
Look what Helen says. Oh my God. Yes. Tell them, Helen. Helen says that in the mountains there's a restaurant that has a Cuban with sweet jerkins. Hell no. I was like, what? And no pork, just ham and Swiss. That's not a Cuban sandwich. That's not a Cuban sandwich. In my
See,
house, we have two sandwiches on Thanksgiving. We have the Cuban after we eat our turkey, and we have the Puerto Rican because I invented the Puerto Rican. The Puerto Rican Cuban is ham and pernil, right? And
uh-huh.
roast pork, and then the Puerto Rican is ham and turkey. So we
So
take the turkey. Yeah.
I got a question about the Jamaican food because
Okay.
when I grew up eating Jamaican food, and there wasn't a lot of Jamaican foods, people where I lived, but I never saw veggie with jerk seasoning on it. And there's this little Jamaican restaurant in the town 30 minutes away from me that they sell veggie and they put jerk spices on it and they call it Jamaican food. And I had never seen that before. And I was like, and they said that's authentic. I'm like, is that a thing? I've never
Wait a
heard
minute, we gotta ask Janice. Janice, is that authentic? I don't think so. Look what Helen said. She likes tripletas. Have you had a tripleta?
What is it?
In Puerto Rico, they have street vendors and they make sandwiches. Literally sandwiches. Street vendors making
Mhm.
sandwiches. Sandwich, a tripleta is 3 meats. And they're chopped up really fine. They're put in a roll, rolled up really tight, and it's a sandwich. But it has pork, chicken, bistec.
Janice is like veg all. So it's this can of vegetables that have like
He doesn't even know what it is.
It's just like canned vegetables, and they got little bitty tiny like potatoes cut up in it.
Yeah.
And it's got
My
carrots
cousin-in-law
in
has
it.
it here. Yeah.
But we went to I went to the Jamaican place. It's like I have never seen that.
No.
Oh, it's authentic Jamaican. I'm like, it's authentic cheese.
When you look at the
Veg all is where they sell like green beans and corn. On
Thank
that
you.
aisle, in the
The
grocery
thing is,
store.
like, when you look in the Caribbean, Cubans, I'll put it to you this way. Puerto Rico, we make something called pitipua, which are sweet peas stewed,
Mhm.
and we pour it on rice. In Cuba, they make pitipua, but they make it as a soup. Not to pour on rice, it's a soup with ham hocks in it. So it's
Mhm.
like, and then here you have split pea soup, but it doesn't have the same flavor profile as the Cuban one has. So it's the same ingredients basically with 3 different flavor profiles eaten in different manners. It's weird.
So
Hmm.
you guys close your ears because it might make you squeamish. Have you ever eat chicken feet stew?
Not yet. I've seen it. I worked in the Dominican Republic,
Uh-huh.
and you have to understand, like, these things are foods because in that place during specific times in their history, that's all you could get.
Yeah.
Oh, I grew up
But I've
eating
never
chicken.
tasted it. Now, it smells delicious
I
because
eat
I
chicken
have been where they cook it. I just never had a chance to eat it.
So what was
Well,
it again?
chicken feet stew.
They
Chicken
cut off
feet.
the feet.
Okay.
Yeah, they cut off the feet from the chicken bone.
And we were just so poor, and chicken feet was, you didn't waste any part. And well,
Yeah.
I didn't gnaw the meat, but the old timers would sit there and gnaw the chicken feet.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
the same thing because I've made a sopao of chicken, which is chicken stew, but with old chicken that literally you can't eat it. It's so tough.
the
But
rooster.
yes, but it's such a flavorful
Mhm.
broth. It makes
Yeah,
it.
I would think the broth would be like really
Oh.
good.
The broth is incredible, but you can't eat
Yeah.
the chicken. But I've had guys eat the chicken.
They gnaw on the chicken and get that fat off the
Yep.
chicken. But
Yep.
I grew up eating it, and I live in. There's not many Puerto Ricans around me. There's not very many cultural diversity around me. And if I was to say, have you ever had chicken feet stew or something? They look at you like you're. It's like you don't know what it's like to be poor until you got a bowl.
Yeah.
Until you got
Go to
Atlanta,
Atlanta. There are 2 big marts in Atlanta that sell all kinds of food from all over the world. And you can find chicken feet there to cook.
Mhm.
Patitas. Have you had patita de cerdo? Pig's feet?
Mhm.
Have you had
You
it
know,
in stew?
I
Cocido?
haven't had it.
because we used to.
I
I
love
remember.
it.
I remember growing up. The men in the family would go boar hunting, and they would go and kill 1 or 2 boars, wild boars,
Mhm.
and then the meat was shared for all the family, and nothing went to waste. They made the blood sausage and everything else, and I mean, it was a different time.
Helen, and oxtails. Have you had oxtails too?
Now
I've had
I make
oxtail. I've
oxtails.
had that, and it's
Cubans
good.
make it. I love the way the Cubans make it. I don't know why, but they make it. Oh my God. There's this restaurant in Miami International Airport that's a Cuban restaurant, and the best thing they had was the oxtail. And yes, goat meat, yes. Eso es cabro en
Yeah.
fricase.
I've
Hey.
had goat meat, and it tastes just like barbecue to me.
Oh, I know. We make it in a stew, but we make it in a drunk stew. In Puerto Rico, we take it, we put it literally, we cook it in rum. You have
Oh,
rum, you have wine, you have grape juice, and tomato sauce. You put it all in a pot on top of coals or wood or whatever you got. You don't put it on a stove. Put it outside. You let it slow cook. You put potatoes, you put carrots, you let it slow cook, and then you pour it on rice, and you eat the best thing you've ever had in your life. It's
well,
so
I've only had barbecue goat, and that was one time. It's when I was like a lot younger, but I do remember it. But I just thought it was like barbecue because it was all chopped up
oh, I've had it. I love it. I remember
and
when
had
we got
some
to Puerto
barbecue
Rico and they
sauce
gave it
on
to me
it.
the first time when we got to the island. I was 14. My sister Donna was 5.
Mhm.
And we went in Puerto Rico, it's party all the time. So we went to a party and they gave us fricassee, cabro fricassee with white rice and green bananas. And everybody started to eat. And I'm eating it and I'm falling in love with it. I go, Mom, this is so good. And my mom was smiling. And my sister's eating it all up. My 2 sisters, they're eating it up. Oh, they're enjoying it. When they finished the meal, my mom said, "You want to know what you just ate?" My sister Marisa looked at her and, okay, she's going to spring something on us. But Donna was a baby. Donna was 5. My mother said, "You just ate goat." And both of them started to puke.
Oh.
Just started to
You know,
puke all over the place. I had 3 servings. It was good.
Oh,
It was good.
you
No.
know what my grandmother used to make, and I've never seen anybody else make it, was fried pork and pumpkin with
In
the
pumpkin?
caramelized with pumpkin, fried pork and pumpkin with caramelized onions.
How was the pumpkin? Mashed or
No,
sliced?
it was you'd bake the pumpkin until it was firm, and then you would fry it in the fatty pork. You know,
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
that fatty pork, so it was just all flavorful, and then you ate it with some rice.
Nice. I've never had
And
that.
some
mm.
and sometimes he'd make some green banana, smash it down, and fry the green banana in the grease from that
Oh yeah,
pork and pumpkin.
that's the best. Look what Mike says.
What did he say?
Oh, Mike, I have had a Puerto Rican cook me in rum many times.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Mike. Oh, Mike. Oh, God, I cannot do this, man. Uh,
Oh, but y'all ladies, it's 9:30, past 9:30 in
Yeah,
Georgia.
it's time to
we had
go.
fun, girl.
And I appreciate, because I was floundering. I was like going to tell Mike, then see ya 15 minutes in. See ya. Gotta go. I got to plan better next time.
All righty.
We had fun. We had fun. And Sheila
But
is going to eat Puerto Rican food one day. I'm going to make Sheila some Puerto Rican food. Sheila,
Okay.
I will make you some Puerto Rican food. I promise. When
Debbie,
Lisa does her retreat, we'll eat Puerto Rican food.
yes. And Debbie is going to be, and she was scheduled to be on my live next week. So she'll be back.
I'll be back.
Is she?
She'll-
I'll be back. I
and
All right. Bye.
I'll try to plan better. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. Bye.
All
Good
right.
night,
Bye
everybody.
bye.
I'm going to get
Bye.
me a snack because I'm hungry. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.